Hey Buffalo fans, welcome back to another episode of Jobuffalo Unplugged. I'm Jobuffalo, and today I'm feeling like a buffalo in the country. I want to play some country music, I want to watch the sunset, and I want to sip on an iced tea. Well, I know a lot of you want to see me sing some country music, but that's not going to happen because I'm going to show you how to make chili with cornbread. Hey, so if you're new to my channel and you want to learn how to exercise, eat right, entertain yourself, and educate yourself, then you're in the right spot. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and then ring that bell for future notifications of any of my episodes. You can also follow me in Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, as well as my website, jobuffalo.com. And if you haven't seen my last episode about my big announcement of my tattoo, I'll leave the link in the description above. But if you've been here before, you know you're about to be entertained. So if you're hungry, I'm hungry. Let's get us some chili and some cornbread. And we're ready to get started now. Before we begin these recipes for chili and cornbread, I want to tell you how I developed the chili recipe from many failed attempts. I found this recipe to work the best to my tasting. However, you can add more spices or sweeteners depending on how spicy or savory you enjoy your chili. To start, we are going to mix together the spices we use. 2 tablespoons of chili powder, 2 tablespoons of hot Mexican chili chipotle chili powder, 2 tablespoons of ancho chili pepper powder, 1 tablespoon of cumin, 1 tablespoon of badia complete, a half a teaspoon of chicken bouillon granules, a quarter teaspoon of black pepper, a quarter teaspoon of cayenne pepper powder, a quarter teaspoon of jalapeno pepper powder. Give that a stir. Next, in a large pot, add 2 cups of beef broth, 1 cup of chicken broth, 1 cup of water, add 1 packet of Goya Sazon with coriander and annatto, 1 beef bouillon cube. Cover, turn to high, and let it boil. Once it's boiling, add the spice mixture from earlier to the broth and give it a good stir. Now turn the temperature to medium and let it simmer as you set your timer for 10 minutes. Next, we will get a 3-pound beef bottom roast. Use a little buffalo magic and cube that into no larger than 1-inch pieces. Here you can take the fat off if you wish. We left it on for more flavor. Now we will wash the meat. Get the juice of 2 limes on the meat. The meat and run cool water over it, washing it thoroughly. Now get a large deep frying pan.
Add the grease from a package of bacon after it's cooked. Cover and let it heat up. Then add all of your washed cubed bottom roast. Cover and let it cook thoroughly. Next, add to your cooking meat 2 tablespoons of hot sauce. Two tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. 1 tablespoon of chili sauce. Now give that a good stir and leave it cook uncovered on medium. Now we will assemble our vegetable puree. You will need a medium onion, a cubanelli pepper, a jalapeno pepper, 4 cloves of garlic, and 3 serrano peppers. Now again, with a little buffalo magic, go ahead, take the seeds out of all those peppers and peel that onion and garlic and cut them to fit in a food processor. If you don't have a food processor, this can be done in a blender. Add all your vegetables to the food processor or blender that you're using. Turn on the food processor. While processing, add a tablespoon of garlic powder, 2 8-ounce cans of tomato sauce, and let that process until it turns into a puree. Next, return to the cooking meat and add that to the spice broth mixture from earlier. Add the package of chopped cooked bacon. Add the puree of vegetables and tomato sauce. Stir together well and cover it on warm, lowest setting. Set your timer for 90 minutes to let the chili cook. Now we'll begin the cornbread, which is a recipe we developed by combining ingredients we like from many different recipes. Turn your oven on and set the temperature to 400 degrees. Get a cast iron skillet and add 3 tablespoons of canola oil to the pan, turning and coating the entire pan. Then place the pan in the oven until the oil is hot but not smoking. Now we will get half a stick of butter. Once again, with a little buffalo magic, melt that butter. Now get a large bowl to combine the ingredients for the cornbread. Add 3/4 cup of flour, 3/4 cup of cornmeal, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 tablespoon of sugar. Mix that well to combine all ingredients. Next, get a bowl for the liquid ingredients. Add the melted, cooled butter, 1 1/4 cup of buttermilk, 1 large egg, whisk that together well. Now add the wet mixture to the dry mixture, stirring 12 to 15 times to get a consistency to look like this. Not too wet, not too dry, just buffalo. Get the cast iron pan from the oven with the hot oil. Add your cornbread to the batter with the hot oil and spread evenly. Place that in the oven. Set the timer for 15 minutes. Once the 15 minutes is up, rotate the cast iron pan to bake evenly. Set the timer for 5 more minutes. Remove from the oven. When it's golden brown on the edges, it's ready. Flip the pan over onto a cookie sheet and let gravity do the rest. Let this cool unless of course you're like me and want to eat it now because of the wonderful smell and outstanding look of this cornbread. When you slice the cornbread, it should have a color and dry texture as seen here. That looks so good. Who needs chili? Next, here's the trick for the meat. Get yourself a potato smasher and smash that meat until it's shredded to your liking. This is also a great spot to smash that subscribe button in the bottom right hand corner. Now add 4 cups of cooked kidney beans. We prepared the beans in a pressure cooker earlier this day. Mix that well. Now it's time for the next batch of spices. Add 1 packet of Goya Sazon with coriander and annatto, half a teaspoon of pepper, half a teaspoon of jalapeno pepper powder, half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper powder, 1 tablespoon of chili powder, 2 tablespoons of cumin, 1 tablespoon of hot sauce, 1 8-ounce can of tomato sauce, 1 teaspoon of badia complete seasoning, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. Mix that well. Cover and place on high to get it to boil. Once boiling, let it simmer for another 30 minutes. Finally, we are done, ready to enjoy. Let's get this great looking food on a plate. That cornbread looks awesome. And the chili looks amazing. It smells delicious. Alright Buffalo fans, that concludes this week's chili and cornbread video. Please leave us a comment below and tell us how much you enjoyed the meal and give us a like. Once again, thank you to all my current Buffalo subscribers, and if you're new and you enjoyed this video, hit the like button below, subscribe, and ring that bell for similar future videos. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and my website, jobuffalo.com. And until next time, always entertaining.